Hi to meeps, I'm Rigaroga, you're you, and we're going to take a look at Hoser. Jazz hands. Magic fingers. I don't know. Put a quarter into your computer for the magic fingers. Howdy. Yeah, Hoser is a game that was sent to me by Shane Long. And I actually had it because I downloaded it. But I got the physical version and it's super colorful. It's got, it's a little zine with the rounded edges and it's got really cool stuff. Yeah, so this is the cover. And it's each page insert thingy is different colors, and we're going to play this. This is a jam on Tunnel Goons, and I haven't played it before, but we're going to try it. This is the cover. I'm showing the digital version. So what the heck is this? Hoser is a two-player narrative-heavy tabletop role-playing game about amateur hockey. I'm going to play it solo because that's what I do. One player is the goon. That's me. A thug whose only talent is fighting. The other player acts as the referee and helps move the story forward by assuming the role of everyone else in the goon's life. That's also me, everyone else. Except for you. I'm not you. Just making sure that's clear. This is you, this is me. This is you, this is me. All right? What do I need to play? You'll need some dice, two d6s and a d20, and a copy of the character's scorecard, something to write with, and an imagination. Oh, damn. Oh, for role-playing. Oh, I got one of those. That's on here somewhere. It's on my desk. And help, I don't know anything about hockey. That's cool. Neither do I. And I designed the game. Hoser is heavily influenced by my favorite hockey films, Slapshot, Goon, and The Mighty Ducks. If you're looking for inspiration for telling a story, these are great places to start. And what is a goon hoser? A goon, also known as an enforcer, not too sharp, can barely skate, a thug whose only talent is fighting. The goon is tasked with protecting their teammates from the rival team, responding to violence with violence. Hoser is a term of mysterious origin. One folk tale is that it derives from Canadian pond hockey, where the losing team had to hose down the ice to make it smooth for the next game. Huh. Okay. Game structure. The game is played out in a series of 3 games that represent a season of amateur hockey. Each game is composed of 3 scenes, typically the pre-game, during the game, and post-game scene. But feel free to leave out the hockey scenes altogether if you're not comfortable role-playing them. At the end of each scene, the goon rolls to see what happens. Success and failure carry through to the end of each game and are tallied at the end of the season. Scene structures. So we set the scene. The referee is in charge of setting each scene by rolling the scene table to define how it begins. And we play out the scene. The goon and the referee go back and forth and play out the scene. It's the ref's job to play any other NPCs in the scene and keep the story moving forward. Roll to see what happens. Once the scene reaches its climax, the referee asks the goon to roll to see what happens. The goon may also call for the roll to happen once they are satisfied with the scene. And then we have the scene generator, and what happens outside the rink affects what happens on the ice. So scene generator, you generate a person, a location, and a vibe, and then we play that out. Scene rolls. At the end of each scene, a player rolls 2d6 with the goal of beating the difficulty score of 10. At the referee's discretion, the goon may add an appropriate skill bonus and 1 injury to their roll, describing how they both add to the scene. 10 or greater equals a success. The player that gets what they want out of the scene with the success, and the difference is added to the scorecard for that scene. For example, a goon rolls 4 and a 5 for a total of 9. They negotiate with the ref and add their +2 bonus for their enforcer skill. This brings their total to 11, which counts as a success. They write down the difference of 1 on their scorecard for the scene. 9 or less is a failure. The player doesn't get what they want out of the scene, and the difference is either scored for the scene, or the player may take that same amount of HP damage and adds an emotional or physical injury to their inventory, taking a 0 score for that scene. For example, Goon rolls a 2 and a 3 for a total of 5. They negotiate with the referee and add their 1+ bonus for their pest skill. This brings their total to 6. They then have to decide to take a -4 score for the scene or take 4 HP damage, an injury, and a 0 for the scene. Health points. Every goon starts the season with 10 hit points. Throughout the season, they may choose to take damage or injuries instead of low scores for failed scene rolls. This damage persists through the season, and if the player hits 0 HP, they are forced to retire and hang up their skates. The player may roll 1d6 in between games to heal up to 6 damage HP. Injuries. Injuries can be physical or emotional and are described by the player, who adds the injury to their inventory. Injuries must be used for a single +1 bonus to roll in the future, but must be described as part of the scene. For example, the goon recalls an emotional injury they received when they got into an argument with their father earlier in the day. They add a +1 to their roll and describe how the previous argument fueled them to fight harder during the game. Scoring and advancement. Once all the scenes in a game are completed, they are tallied for the final game score. Once all 3 games are completed, their scores are added together to get the final score for the season. Refer to the table below to find out what happens. 10 and above, team wins the championship and you advance your character. 0 to 9, team loses during the playoffs. I think that should be 9 to 0. Your team loses during the playoffs. You get a +1 bonus for one of your skills during the next season. -1 to -9. Your team doesn't make it to the playoffs. You get no bonuses for the season. -10. Hang up your skates, you hoser. Hockey isn't for you. The player describes how the goon lives out their days away from the ice. So, Goon Creation. Let's go ahead and actually start with that really quickly. I want to do this really quickly. We're going to use the table. So this is my scorecard that I'm going to be using. And here's my character, and here's the scorecard. And you'll see a close-up of that later. But we're going to use this table, so we're going to generate a name. So let's go ahead and generate a name. We're going to do D20s. First name is Cam. Okay. And our first nickname is Captain. Second nickname is Captain Rat. Oops, that's team name. Oh, shoot. There's not really, I don't know where to put all this stuff. Okay, and last name is Nelson. Cam Nelson. There's no spot for the nickname on here. Okay, that's fine. And pick a player number for your goon. Well, I don't know. Let's do 61. We'll be 61. So yeah, and there's no space for the for the number either. Use the table on this page to generate your Goon team's name. Okay. Our Goon team name is Charlevoix Big Horns. Team name. Okay. So we got that going. And so we've got that. And distribute 3 points between the Goon skills. So we've got Enforcer, Grinder, and Pest. So here's... Oh, here. Hold on. Sorry. So here's the character card and the scorecard for the thing, and that's what I'm going to be... what I'm filling out on my clipboard here. But you can see what that's like. And that's it, actually. Okay. So credit Hack of Tunnel Goons by Shane Long. Awesome. So what should we... Enforcer is to protect something, retaliate, take a hit, intimidate someone, withstand pain. Grinder, hurt someone, go on the offensive, dish out pain, surprise someone, play dirty. Pest is convince someone to do what you want. Trash talk, annoy, aggravate, distract. I mean, honestly, it'd be silly. I don't. Yeah. Okay. I'm really struggling to decide whether to just sort of munchkin-y, max out like Pest, maybe. Convince someone to do what you want. Trash talk, annoy, aggravate, distract. But we should probably write that in pencil. Let's do 3. We're gonna do Pest. We're gonna go all in on Pest. And we're starting with 10 HP. And there's there's actually this portrait space, and so I printed out the cover illustration. So hold on, bear with me for a second. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and start.